afternoon, my fellow South Africans and all my viewers out there. Okay. I'd like to talk about an interesting subject tonight, especially what's going on here in our country, our wonderful country, South Africa. Again, one more time, I'd like to bring up the story of Eskom and all the impending load shedding that is coming, whether we like it or not. Yes, I know that all the politicians and everybody's flapping their lips and talking about fuel and coal and blah, 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 and all of this. It's all a lot of cockpit. It's all a lot of rubbish. Listen to me nicely now. Do you people out there know how a boiler operates? What is the main contributing factor to make steam? What is the main thing to make steam besides heat? You need water. Water. You know water. You know the stuff that you drink when you get thirsty? And if you also need to make beer and whiskey and all, water. You know the most important thing in the world besides air is water. Eh? Water is the una. You're never talking about, you never hear these clowns talking about the water and the operations of a boiler. They need to get to understand something. How does a boiler operate? A boiler operates with water. You put water inside it, put some heat, and you to make steam. And of course, the steam comes out of there at different temperatures. You get superheated steam, and what we call saturated steam, which is your saturated steam is like what comes out of your kettle. You know, when you boil in your kettle, you get that steam. You can actually see it there. And then you get the superheated steam. You won't even see it. It's super dry. But remember now, that is still the same weight. Eh? What I mean by that, in order for me to make 1 kilogram of steam, how much water would I need? I'd need 1 kilogram of water, which equates to 1 liter of water. So if I got superheated steam, what size would that be? It's a massive amount of steam to make up that weight. It still weighs the same, even though you can't see it. It's superheated. It's very high temperature. We're talking like 600 degree plus. Now, let's get back to the facts over here. Take the human body. You know the human body has got a thing called blood flowing in it. Am I right? If your blood is contaminated, what happens? You die. You do not operate. Am I correct? Think about it logically. If your blood is contaminated, in other words, say that you run out of blood and are pumping some, say, Castrol motor oil or petrol or diesel, do you think you're going to carry on operating at the same speed? No. And that is what they're doing with our water. If they don't treat the water correctly, it causes contamination inside there. And what I mean by that contamination, I mean you get a buildup of chemicals building a thing what we call slag on the inside of the tube. And then what happens is then you need more heat to make the steam. Now, what I mean by slag is if you take your pot, you know your pot that you like to make your pot of curry or your the Indian thing, maybe a pot of biryani or whatever you want to call it, a pot of soup. And if the bottom of your pot has got something on there, like something that prevents the heat from getting to the pot, how much heat is going to take more heat, am I correct, to get the pot to get hot? And that's what's happening inside of our tubes. They don't look after the water, so the tube gets scale build up on the inside, so there's no more heating and no more cooling effect. The cooling effect goes a lot deeper. If anybody really wants to know more about it, I'll sit with you anytime. You can come sit with me and I'll go right through it. I'll get some old tubes here and I'll show you exactly how this whole system works. And I'm telling you, it's not only the government behind this thing. This is the private companies too. Those guys that are overhauling the boilers and doing the maintenance there from outside are also involved there because they know when those tubes pop, they've got lucky income. But what happens is, as public guys, as citizens of South Africa, we are suffering now because we got no electricity because these people do not know how to do their job. It starts with the water treatment. Water treatment is the most critical part of the whole thing. And our beloved president, what's his name? Have I still got enough time at least?
Yes.
Mr. Cupcake, King Cupcake, or what you people like to call him. I'd rather call him King Fruitcake because he belongs in a mental asylum. He's a fruitcake, that thing. He picks fights with people. He got no idea where. He talks about Eskom. He talks about how wonderful things are happening, but he knows nothing. He's actually an idiot. He should be locked up in a mental asylum, and the key should be thrown away. He's a fruitcake.
Okay, going back to the water.
So from now on, it's Mr. Fruitcake. And remember now, the water is the key for your electricity. Water is the key. I know you people think I'm talking nonsense, but I'm not. Ask anybody that's got half a brain cell will tell you the same thing. Anybody that can read and write will tell you this. The water is the key to making good steam, good quality steam. And the only way you're going to get that, an efficient steam, is by having your water treatment has to be correct. It's the same like your body needs it. Look what happened there in Pretoria, there where the water was rotten, the people drank it and they all died. Am I right? Same thing. The boilers are all dying now. And when the boiler dies, they can't make enough steam to turn the TAs, the turbine alternators. The alternators don't run, they can't generate electricity. That's what's happening. They must stop this. Never mind the fuel. They keep on about the fuel. Yes, well, we know the fuel is important, but you can always find alternative sources of heat. But you could put a nuclear power station there with these clowns, and the same thing's going to happen all over again. You're going to have unnecessary breakages. They're going to tell you, no, it's because of the sun and didn't rise in the east in the morning or something stupid. You know how dumb these things are. And Mr. Cupcake or Mr. Fruitcake, time to step down and take your ANC and piss off out of our country. We've had enough of you clowns. You've destroyed enough of our country. I've had enough of it. And I'm sure there's a lot of other South Africans out there that are hurtful for you. Picking fights with people you know you can't beat, and you can't win these fights, and you carry on. You'll carry on and carry on and carry on until there's nothing left of us. I'm pretty sure that you are an illegal alien. So that's what you are.
Yeah, okay. To boil down to the solution of this water stories?
They need to investigate, do a full investigation into the water and what the hell's going on inside these power stations. Are they doing their water treatment correctly? Are they running these operations according to procedure, or are they doing their own thing? Are they taking urine or toilet water or whatever to run these, pumping it into the boilers? That's what they're doing. They're taking pure mud and putting it in there. They're just taking it straight from the river and pump it in. Water is water. You know how tough they are, people in South Africa are. They're tough. And they're keeping us stupid all the time because they're lying to us. Oh, King Fruitcake. King Fruitcake. You know King Knuckle, King Cupcake that you call him? King Fruitcake, yeah. That's what his name is from now on. Okay, anyway, you people have a great evening further, and we'll talk again about the same subject. Thank you so much for all your patronage. I really appreciate it. My wife will close. He said, just remember, mention it on hold for me, please. Thanks to him.
You said?
So I want to say thank you, Ronaldo, for all the support and that you've given us and all the oomph, the good kick in the backside to keep us going. You keep on, my buddy. You enjoy. Have a great evening. You and your mutts. I got my cat. You have your dogs.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching and listening to our podcast. Take care and have a great day further. Bye.